Today, I'm here at Cypress High School, and you guessed it, the city of Cypress with Principal Brown. Ms. Brown, thank you so much for doing this. I wanted to start off asking you first, what is the overall culture here at Cypress High School?
So I would say for Cypress High School, the number one thing is that we have a tradition of excellence. Whether it is our athletics, our academics, our clubs, our activities, everyone here just really feels like they want to leave a legacy, and we have that legacy in that this is a true community school where everyone in this community really loves Cypress and they stay at Cypress. Alumni stay, our community stays, everyone. This is truly a community school where people can feel proud that this is their school.
Yeah, it's right in the hub of Cypress, so
Absolutely.
it's perfect. Something I found fascinating was your Independent Learning Center. Can you just tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so our Cypress ILC, as we call it, is a specialized program that's part of Cypress High School. So they are Cypress High School students. They belong here. They're part of everything. They can do activities and all of those things. But we have to adjust with times, and school in the traditional sense doesn't always fit everyone. We have student entrepreneurs, student actors, actresses, students who maybe don't do so well in a larger setting, especially after COVID, and so they might need a little bit more of a specialized schedule where they don't come all day, every day and sit in the traditional 6-period classroom. Instead, they participate in our ILC with their ILC teachers and counselors, and they cater the learning to those students specifically. So they have everything from field trips that are catered to their individual needs, to a community garden that they do, to activities, and then obviously their classes are different. So you walk in that room, there's kids working on different things. They're not all working on the same thing at the same time.
Yeah, so you have about 3,000 students here?
Yes.
Roughly, how many are in that program?
We limit it to about 100 kids at any given time, just because because it's so individualized, we keep that caseload per teacher to where it's manageable, because you can't be in an independent learning center and not have that individualized attention.
Exactly.
So we need to be
it's a
very
limited
careful.
resource, and
Yes.
100 is still pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yes.
still a good amount of people
Absolutely.
in the program. Something else I found fascinating, and I believe you said it was unique to Cypress, is the introduction of a career early in a child's education. Can you just tell us when that begins and kind of what that looks like?
Well, part of it is that we are such a community school, and Cypress is such a great community in that we have a connection. So from Cypress Elementary School through Lexington Junior High and then Cypress High School, we are all participating in a program called Career Connected Learning. So kids are starting to be introduced into their personality profiles and different career opportunities, and just the world of, hey, this is relevant to you because actually starting in elementary school. So they're starting really early with just that exploratory, getting to know themselves, getting to know the world, and then they continue that in junior high. And then when they get here to high school, they can start looking at the lens of, I'm choosing this course because it's going to help me get to where I want to go. This is my personality strength, so I'm looking for careers that offer me these opportunities, so therefore I'm going to focus on these passions. And so it's really about kids knowing themselves and then having that purpose for learning with that connection to careers, because it's great, we can say, yeah, everybody go to college, but not everybody needs to go to college, and not everybody wants to go to college. We have amazing fields out there that don't require college, but what we do know everyone needs is to be prepared for college and career and be able to function at the top of their game wherever they go. So we want kids to really know their passions and be connected to that starting early on and continue to build that throughout their life.
Yeah, I mean, I find that so awesome, because when I was back in school, I feel like that didn't really get introduced until college. So you'd go to college, you take the courses, and you'd figure out, okay, this is my skill set, this is my personality, this is what I want to do. And like you said, not everyone needs to go to college, and it's kind of like your own unique need. And I just love that, because it's like you get to figure out kids' personalities and grow from there, which is super awesome.
Yes, absolutely. And our kids are prepared academically for college. So this isn't like, oh, we don't tell kids don't go to college. No, we say, hey, let's look at your passions, let's look at your interests, let's look at where you want to go, and let's build the opportunities that you need to be able to achieve all of those things.
Yeah, just supporting them and their unique personality, which is super cool. And then one of the big draws of the city of Cypress is obviously our education system. We have phenomenal schools here.
Absolutely.
A parent like myself, I'm going to eventually be sending my kids to school, and I'm going to be one of those parents that I'm going to want to be involved in education, what's happening on campus. Is there an outlet or a way for parents to be involved?
So absolutely. There's a lot of ways for parents to be involved. A lot of parents think that by the time their child gets to high school that, okay, those opportunities are gone. Absolutely not. We really want parents involved here. So we go out of our way to try to include parents in our shared decision making. Everything from our PTSA to our school site council to our English Learner Advisory Committee to all of our boosters. We have a lot of boosters, to our education foundation that we have here on this campus, to for people who like, okay, I really don't have the time to volunteer every day, that kind of thing. I just want to be involved and know things. I do monthly coffee with the principals where I open that up to the community. Anybody can participate in those. They're recorded. So, okay, even if you can't come in person or be online at that time, you can watch the recording and still get the information. And then we do parent learning walks and community learning walks where we say, hey, come on down, and we open the school up to everyone and we say, what do you want to see? And we believe in full transparency here. So it's not a, I'm going to tell you what to look at. It's you tell me what you want to see, and that's where we'll go. So we do those multiple times throughout the year as well.
That's awesome. I feel like you just get a well-rounded perspective on what's happening on campus, and then you hear from the community.
Absolutely.
And the parents that live here, which is super nice. One of the fun questions I like asking, been asking the principals this, what is your stance on AI within the education system?
So I think I look at AI, and we're trying to, as a district, we have a whole AI system within our district as far as we need to look at it as not a, okay, well, we just don't want to deal with that and we just want to shut it out. That doesn't work.
I feel like that was the old way, like 2 to 3 years ago. I feel like that might have been the case.
Yeah, and people tried to do that with, cell phones or new things as they came out, and guess what? They kept going and going and didn't go away. So instead of just trying to pretend that it's not there, instead we're looking at it more from that ethics, the AI and ethics, and having our kids understand what are the morality issues that come up with that, what are the ethical issues that come up with that, how to use it appropriately, how it's going to function in this world, why it's a tool and when it's not a tool. So it's not replacing anything, but let's look at it as, okay, how can we appropriately look at this in our lives and use it to make our lives better, but not overtake our lives?
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of been the common response is you just use it as a tool. It's just a technology that we could utilize.
Yes.
Switching gears a little bit, I know you guys have a great athletics program here. What's a couple of sports in particular that excel?
Well, this year in particular, obviously, our girls volleyball state champions.
So many champions in every school I go to, there's been champions.
Yeah, so it's amazing. So all the way to the state level. So across all of California, our girls top.
Is that CIF or is that above CIF?
It's still CIF.
Okay.
So we were CIF champions for our league, and then our region, and then all the way to the state level.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, there's different levels. We have lots of championships at our league level, and then when it goes to regional, it's like Southern California, and then when it's state, it's Southern versus Northern California, and top in.
That was fun.
Yeah, so
that was exciting on campus.
It was so exciting, and actually, the championships were held locally, and we had a lot of Cypress community came and cheered on our girls, which was really cool.
Yeah.
But that's just one of our sports. If you really want to see, we actually had to create a whole website on just the merit and awards and things and accolades, our connection of all the different people that have gone on to be professional athletes or in that world. I mean, we now have our Hall of Fame. We had our inaugural class this year of recognizing those who influenced our programs from way back when this school first started, all the way forward, and they're giving back to our kids by sharing their stories and their experiences. So it's that mentoring throughout the year. So we now have our Hall of Fame, which is really cool.
That's really cool. Yeah, I was gonna say, I know the sports programs have always been really good here.
Yeah.
But I did not know
I could not list all
won.
of them. If I did,
they're I'll put a list together later. Put a big website on there.
It's a long list. Yeah, you can definitely check out our website.
That's awesome. And then my last question for you is, for a family that's moving here to Cypress, the city of Cypress, what would you want them to know about Cypress High School?
So Cypress High School, I think one of the things I love the most about Cypress is we are an extremely diverse school. So when you come to this school, you're going to find people from everywhere. We're an international destination school. We have students coming from all over the world to come to Cypress to go to school here. They want that experience of being here. And because we're so diverse, we're also diverse in our opportunities and offerings. We have like 100 clubs here, so there's something for everyone. And if we don't have it, we say, then you can create it. Let's make it happen.
That's cool.
So we invite kids to have a voice and be a part of that. We invite parents to be a voice. We have opportunities for athletics. We have our sports and entertainment pathway here, where students can either be on the stage, behind the stage, doing all of the pre-production, actually writing music. So we have all of that, plus our sports, where we have everything from our students who are becoming certified nursing assistants before they graduate, to our sports medicine program. And then we have our engineering programs. We have our green tech. We're a green pathway school. And so our students who are interested in the environment can pick a pathway that actually has that emphasis throughout different courses throughout their year. I mean, just everything. Our social justice day, really want our kids to see how they can be change makers in this world. So I'm going to say Cypress is a place that there's something for everyone.
I was going to say, it sounds like there's a lot going on.
There is. There's a ton going on here. There's always something going on at Cypress.
And more.
Yes.
And more.
Yes.
Well, Ms. Brown, I love your innovative approach to the education system. I feel like when we're talking, you really care about your job. You really want to be here. And I feel like you're just pushing the needle on, I think, is a well-needed education adjustment. So I just want to say thank you again for doing this interview.
Thank you.
A lot of families watching this that, they're thinking about sending their kids to Cypress, or they've heard about Cypress. It just kind of clarifies a few things, and
Absolutely.
And I really appreciate that.
Yes. And come on by. We'll give you a tour. Not a problem.
There you go.
Yes.
Thank you.